Alright, guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Josh, and today I would like to talk to you guys and share my opinion on this whole COVID-19 coronavirus stuff. Some of you don't know this, but I live in Ohio. As of today, we have 247 cases, and these are confirmed cases, and 3 deaths. Alright? And compared to other states, like New York has 56, Washington has 83, not saying 3 deaths isn't a lot, but in the wide spread of things, I guess, it could be a lot worse. And I personally predict that things are going to get a lot worse before it gets better. So, really, what started this topic of conversation from me to you is I was watching some YouTube videos of fellow YouTubers promoting self-isolation, which, in theory, is a fantastic idea, and I truly wish that it was something that we could all do. The Ohio governor was one of the first to cancel schools in Ohio, and then other states followed. So we were ahead of the game on that one. And more things are getting canceled by the day. But there's one thing that they have not canceled yet, and I think personally it's going to happen, but it's a little late. And that is jobs. A lot of people need to work for money. I understand that totally. You need an income, right, to survive. But at the same rate, people's lives are at risk. More specifically, older people. I'm sick. I'm sick right now. I don't believe, and I have no reason to believe, that it's COVID. My wife had a cold, and I think I caught it. Needless to say, I've been going to work every day, right? I went into work with my cold, and my coworkers were extremely concerned. I didn't tell my boss right off the bat that, hey, I'm sick, what do you want me to do? Because I knew what the answer was. The answer would be work, and if you got to go home, you're going to take a point. And my job has a point system. For every time you call off, you get a point, right? If you have a doctor's note, I think you're able to have 3 days off or something. But you still get that point. And once you get so many points, you lose your job. So I wasn't even the one that brought it to my boss's attention. I had intended to, but my coworkers got to him first and said, Josh looks extremely sick. I think it would be wise for us to send him home. And he said, yeah, he can go home, but he's going to be collecting a point, right? And I'm not trying to throw my company under the bus, right? I'm not throwing any companies under the bus. I am more directing this towards the governor, right? Or maybe even the government nationwide. But the Ohio governor has yet to cancel work, and I think that is a flaw in this whole plan. Mainly because I knew I had a cold, and I knew it would happen if I called off, so I continued to work. Other coworkers began getting sick, so I know of 4, but I think there's more. Sick, one of the coworkers' wives had pneumonia. One of my coworkers had, I believe, a cold, but, who knows? All these guys are going to work because they're in fear of losing their jobs if they don't. And I think at a time like this, I think that all jobs, not only my job, all jobs should relax the policy on attendance, especially when sick. I think that they shouldn't have a point system right now with COVID spreading like crazy. Obviously, that's just my opinion. You need an income, right? I think, personally, it should be optional whether you want to show up to work to either A, be infected, or B, infect other people. You go to work, you're sick, you give it to someone else, they bring it home, they have a elderly parent or visit a grandparent, who knows, and end up giving it to them, and bam, sicker than hell, perhaps even killed them. 3 deaths in Ohio, and as far as infected, literally every town around where I live has a case of coronavirus. One of the deaths was in Sandusky, which is not very far from me at all. I feel, and maybe I'm dumb, right? Actually, I am dumb. I already know that, but I feel like there might be something to this. Pennsylvania completely cut out any unnecessary jobs. I believe that Ohio, as well as every other state, needs to cut out the unnecessary jobs and keep the necessary jobs to an absolute minimum. Obviously, food is a priority, medical services, priority, even mail services, priority. But, I'm not a genius. I guarantee that the government has planned for scenarios like this. You can't tell me that they haven't planned for scenarios like this where everybody is a risk. So I don't know if they're just playing it slow, hey, who knows? Maybe they're thinking, hey, it'll blow over. But in my opinion, I think as long as jobs stay open, unnecessary jobs stay open, there will be always a risk of infecting someone else or getting infected yourself. Again, it blows my mind. It blows my mind because I don't know what the fix is to this whole problem. I'm not a professional, I'm not a scientist, but I'm just speaking from personal experience. I was sick. I went into work because I didn't want to point, because points eventually turn into you losing your job with a doctor's notice or not. If my company's doing that, how many others are doing that? And when you think necessary jobs, all right, well, what if, businesses could lie, say, hey, we are necessary because we make A, B, and C. Don't know. Either way, I would like to know what you guys think of this whole situation that we're in. I meant to say, I was watching other YouTubers that were talking and promoting self-isolation, and they act as if everyone is able to do it. That's false. We all can't do it. We all can't do it until the government steps up and says, hey, chill. Don't know. I even heard, I don't know this for a fact, but I heard that one of my coworkers was sick and he wanted to get tested for COVID. So he called, and I think it was the emergency room. I could be wrong. And there was a two-week wait for the tests. I don't know if that was at the ER or at a regular hospital. I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing, but I want to know your guys' opinion. Yeah. Don't know. I'll try to keep you guys updated if anything comes out. But yeah. If you can, stay home. Stay home, right? If you can't, what can you do, right? Either way, I appreciate you guys. Stay safe out there, and yeah, hope to see you next time. Adios.